Hey everybody, it's Galmadex, and welcome back to another Omniscience Draft here on the channel. So, first time, 7-1 with a pretty good deck. Second time, 7-2 with Guardians of Koilos combo. Let's see if we can keep it up with the 7-win runs. This is definitely not a very good start. Pretty much every single one of these cards is just bad when everything that you have is free. The biggest creature there is a 3-2 that can bounce one of their guys. Like, this is a very bad pack for Omniscience Drafts. So, maybe ending the 7-win run here. Unwind is honestly possibly the best card here. Rona is okay. You can cast non-land cards exiled with them, but you have to spend 4 mana and tap it to do that. And the Omniscience emblem only works on cards in your hand. You can only cast cards in your hand for free. You can't cast the exiled cards for free. You still have to pay their mana costs. So, Rona's not the best, but they're just okay. And they're really not good if you have a lot of double mana costs in your deck, like 2 blue or 2 black or 2 green or stuff like that. Then you just can't cast those if you exile them with Rona. So, really rough start here. Maybe we even just take Isolated Chapel for standard, just to have in your collection, like... Yeah, if you guys were drafting this just casually, I would honestly probably just pick Isolated Chapel, and I might do that. If you're playing competitively and all you want to do is win, I think it's between, like, Academy, Journey Mage, and Unwind. But yeah, really not what you want to see the first pack here. Guess this is going to be a first on my channel. We're going to pull open the collection and see how many Isolated Chapel I have. We have 1. We're going to take an Isolated Chapel. Wow, yeah, just not what you want to open. Alright, so this pack is better, but still not good. There's a Keldon Raider, which can be pretty good, because you always end up with some mediocre cards in your deck, and we might end up with an Isolated Chapel in here for absolutely no reason. Yeah, Keldon Raider, it is some draw power. Just discard whatever card isn't going to let you draw more cards to draw a second card that hopefully lets you draw more cards. There's also Eldest Reborn, which could be okay, because most creatures are going to be pretty big, but I feel like a lot of times, definitely last time I played this, opponents always just had like a million creatures, so Eldest Reborn is probably just too slow and not great, but if you get to the third part, that seems fine. Maybe just Keldon Raider here. Keldon Raider or Eldest Reborn, I think, is the pick. I guess we'll take Eldest Reborn. It does seem a little... Shauna. Alright, this is the draft that we lose. This is the draft we do not get 7 wins in, because we accidentally picked a Shauna, because I was trying to drag... the black card over here, and it picked up Shauna instead because it felt like it, so this is just not a good start at all. We'll take Soul Salvage here. Wow, yeah, these packs are rough. No draw power. We'll take a Deep Freeze. Here we'll take a Lingering Phantom. Now we'll take a Hammered Explorer, I guess? These are, again, just a bunch of bad cards. Yeah, this has just been an awful first pack. There we go! Dark Bargain and Guardians of Koilos both are really good picks. So I'm just going to take Dark Bargain. And that's our only good pick for the whole draft. We'll just take an Unwind now. And we'll take Gaia's Protector. We'll take a Fire Elemental, another Unwind, or a Feral Abomination. We'll take Feral Abomination. We'll take the 2-3 over the 2-2, and now a 2-2. Wow. Pretty awful start to this draft, and yet again, no draw power in this pack here. So I think we want to take like a Lingering Phantom or Cloud Reader Sphinx, or we could just take Woodlands. I mean, at this point, it's very unlikely that, like, we're winning 7 games. So, I mean, what is another land gonna do here? Yeah, I'm just taking the land. This this draft has just gone very, very poorly in terms of the cards that are actually in the pack, and this is another pack where the best thing I can really get is a 5/4 or 3/4 flyer, so we're not missing out on like anything huge. So, I mean, this pack has a Kazarov, so we have a real card in that pack. So we'll pick that up. Take another Windgrace Acolyte or Diligent Excavator, but I already passed up on one Guardians of Koilos, so I don't think I'll get the Guardians of Koilos combo this time. Take a Keldon Raider. I kind of like just taking Keldon Raider here. This pack... it's again not the greatest, but I'll take a Gaia's Blessing. At worst, it lets us draw a card and try to get to something better. There's a Divination. Auto pick right there. Guardians of Koilos, because the rest of these cards aren't super good, so we'll take a Guardians of Koilos and maybe get a second one sometime. Karn's Temporal Sundering can be so good if you're lucky. We have one legendary right now. We have two legendaries. We have Shauna and Kazarov. There's so much upside to that. Now I'm just going to take legendary cards very highly. So, Karn's Temporal Sundering, if you don't know, return up to one card, one non-land permanent to its owner's hand, and then take another turn after this one. So this pack, we'll take the draw card, we'll take the draw card, take the historic trigger card, we'll take... God. Bad cards. We'll take the one that maybe gets unblockable sometimes, and then we'll take a Demonic Vigor, Curator's Ward, and there's a Karn. So we could play Karn into Karn's Temporal Sundering. This may have just made up for this whole draft so far. How is that not the coolest thing you can do in this format? Karn into Karn's Temporal Sundering? I think we gotta take Yargle here just to get more legendaries for Temporal Sundering, but Opt is a very good card. I would recommend taking Opts very highly. But it's gonna be Yargle here. We need some legends. And to go with our legend theme, here's the Yawgmoth's Vial Offering. Just as strong as Karn's Temporal Sundering, if not stronger. Destroy one of their creatures or planeswalkers and then return a creature or planeswalker from a grave. Very strong card. But, again, the problem is you have to have legends on board for that. So we could take a Cabal Paladin or a Cast Down, I think is the picks. I'm going to go ahead and take a Cast Down. You know what? It just knew that we were going to have Temporal Sundering and Vial Offering, so that's why it made us pick the Shauna earlier. It was actually the right pick, somehow. Yeah, this pack's just bad. We can take a Befuddle, or we can take, like, the Uber Blocker. Take a Befuddle, I guess. Here we'll take a Whisper, because it's legendary, and that's it. Because now we really always want to have a legend on board. Here we'll take Cabal Paladin because we have a lot of historic stuff now, just from having a lot of legends. We'll take a Partick Wanderer. Caligo Skin Witch is pretty good. Just for the potential of playing it on turn 1, having your opponent discard 2. It's very good in that spot, and in other spots it's just okay. Here we'll definitely take Opt. It's a pretty late Opt. And we'll just take the Menace guy because it's a 3/3, whereas the others are just 2/2s. We'll take a Blessings of Belzenlock because we have enough legendary creatures that will get the additional little lifelink out of it. We'll take a Drudge Sentinel to block things, and a really bad Get to Lava Runner for this deck. So we drafted 2 rare lands, so those are the 2 cards that we're not playing, and we're running everything else. Not incredibly confident with this deck, but it has the potential for some really good plays. But I do think it's just going to get slammed by decks with more draw power. We just didn't manage to see that much, to be honest. When I say draw power, I'm referring to cards that draw more than one card. Cards that draw 2 or 3, those are the cards that really get you to win in this format. Anything that draws 1, yeah, it's nice. It makes your deck, basically, it makes your deck smaller. So if you're just trying to get to your better cards, then running a deck with a bunch of stuff that just says draw 1 and does nothing is pretty good. So we do have cards like that. We've got Gaia's Blessings in here. We've got a Befuddle in here, I think, as well, for the same reason. But But yeah, let's see if we can get into the first round here. If we're waiting for more than a minute here, I'm going to assume something went wrong, and I'm going to have to probably reboot the game. Because it does that from time to time. It is a beta program, which it's kind of crazy to try to remember. Yep, it won't let me cancel. Something has glitched. So we're going to reboot the program. Alright, turn 1 Karn and Skin Witch. I go first. Oh, this is good. This is what they call a start. I'm going to play Partick Wanderer first. We're going to play the cards that we care about them countering the least first. I guess we actually care about them countering Skin Witch the most. If they counter Karn and then we follow up with Skin Witch, that's just perfect. That's like actually perfect. Oh, they don't counter Karn. Okay.
I will fight for my friends.
Let's draw a card. I could make a 2/2, but I'd rather draw a card. Ooh, Karn's Temporal Sundering and a Tolarian Scholar. They obviously give me Scholar, but next turn I'm just going to get Karn's Temporal Sundering, and it's like, what you going to do? That's going to be a good turn next turn. I guess it depends. They could discard 2 cards here and then have just Weight of Conscience as their 3rd card, or Weight of Memory. I always get that name mixed up. They could have Weight of Memory as the last card in their hand here, which would be a pretty big problem. Because then they could just start comboing off. I certainly hope that does not happen. But you know, turn 1 Karn can't possibly be that bad. Regardless of what the follow-up is. And Garna. Well, classic Garna. With the Gardens of Koilos, look, they're just playing my deck from last game. Did they see the video? Now, I'm sure much more people than me know about the Guardians of Koilos combo. So, Guardians of Koilos, bounce Garna. Guardians of Koilos is even good just by itself. You know? So we're gonna get a Temporal Sundering here.
The time has come.
And we're gonna bounce. We're gonna say, I take an extra turn. Put Partick Wanderer back in their hand. So we can attack with our Partick Wanderer, and they'll have to block with Garna and Guardians. And then we get to do an extra combat and also an extra trigger off of Karn. Yeah, this is good stuff. Combat, attack with Partick Wanderer. Block with Guardians. Take 1 from Trample. Now the only blocker they have this turn is a Garna. Because their other guy's just in their hand. So, Windgrace Acolyte first. Boop, boop, boop. There's a Kazarov in my grave. That's unfortunate. Well, get some cards. We get a Relic Runner here, I think. I'm almost certain, yeah, they just give me Relic Runner. Alright, so their only blocker is the Garna, so we send those in. And pass turn. They are in a situation they really need to top deck stuff. So we've got a Gaia's Blessing that we could get back with a silver counter on it. Might want to do that, just put Kazarov back in the deck. Kazarov, opt. That's probably it. Cast down's okay as well. Kazarov, opt, cast down, draw a card. Opponent's thinking a lot, so whatever their 3rd card is something. Maybe a removal spell? So they play the Partick Wanderer. Probably just play Guardians, bounce Garna. Because that, you know, that just gives them a blocker every turn. Maybe they don't even do that because they want multiple blockers here. They bounce Garna? Guardian's Bounce Garden is pretty good. Because then if I kill, like... If we trade with Partick Wonder and Guardians of Koilos, then... Oh, they had Flame of Keld, that's why they were thinking as well. They were like, is there any way that I can have the cards I discard come back off of Garna? Unfortunately, no. So let's befuddle the Guardians. Let's get a Gaia's Blessing.
What was lost is now returned.
We will shuffle back our draw spells. So we shuffle back draw, and Kazarov, and then see what we draw here. Whisper. That's pretty exciting. Oh, that's really good. To get back Kazarov, if they don't just kill it. If I attack with everybody, they stop 13 damage, and then they take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Relic Runner can't be blocked right now. Neither can the Flyer, so we just hit him for 5. Next turn we kill him with a Historic spell. If I attacked with everybody there, actually, they block there, block there, block there. They take 1 more than they're at 1 life. Yeah, they're still just dead to 1 Historic spell, so I like attacking with just those 2 a little bit better. There's a wall, a rat colony, and for the final card, Curator's Ward. Alright, all I have to do is cast a Historic spell and we are good. Oh yeah, I just shuffled my Kazarov back in, so I can't, which is unfortunate. So we have to... Do I have anything with silver? No, I don't. Yep, we gotta draw a Historic card.
Nothing is ever truly lost.
Oops! 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 I clicked the wrong ability. Oops. Whatever. They have 5 blockers. We attack with everybody. That was so stupid of me. That was so stupid. Didn't matter. We got more than enough attackers. But now I know for next game, be very careful with which one ability you're clicking. You want to use the +1 when you don't have anything with silver counters on it. Right, grab a Stormfleet Arsonist. Cool. Next game here. That was cool, we got to play a Karn. I mean, you can't be that unhappy if you get a Karn in the draft, no matter what the results are, so we'll keep. This hand doesn't do very much stuff, but that's okay. It has a little bit of creatures. Draw a card. Vile Offering could be really good the second we draw any of our legends, which I think we have like 4. 5, because you can count Karn. Final Parting. So we might just die. Final Parting is ridiculous in this format, because you can mill Garna, or mill a different creature and grab Garna. Then you can cast Garna to bring back the other creature, then play the other creature. And if that creature's Slyn Voda, then you just keep going like a Rube Goldberg machine. They search for Torgar immediately at 10. That's pretty nice. And they have a 7/6 and a 5/4. Okay, they have 2 7/6s. One of which has First Strike? Jesus Christ. Alright, Caligo Skinwitch is chump blocking. We need to draw any of our legends basically immediately here. It's all over. Oh wait, this guy can't be chump blocked. Wait a sec. Steel Leaf Champion can't be chump blocked? Oh my god! So what, we chump block there and block like that? Oh, this is really bad. Dark Bargain. Could get there. We need Opt, we need Befuddle, we have got to draw a legend. Ooh. Okay, I guess we don't have to draw a legend now. Do I actually just save the Befuddle to lower Torgar's attack? That's still 4, so Fire Elemental still dies. So we actually don't do that. We just Befuddle now and hope to draw something good. Keldon Raider's okay. So we play Keldon Raider, we don't discard. I'm going to cast down before they draw. Alright. We are double blocking Torgar. Now they just have a Tiana to slowly kill us. Karn. Oh my god, beautiful. Beautiful draw.
I battle for the force.
Torgar them, destroy Tiana. That is how you turn it around.
Your patience is rewarded.
Wait, what did I do? I clicked the top one. That time I'm sure I clicked the top one. Is it glitching on me? What is happening? That one. God, why did it... Oh my god, I don't know. It's getting kind of irritating. How do they have Tiana back? What happened? Oh, Rona, exile Tiana. Cast Tiana off of the mana. That's so lame. I would be in like a way better spot if I actually drew a card off Karn last turn. I need to look back on that because I think somehow I need to just not like be dragging my mouse around when I'm clicking because it must be like a mouse thing that like when I'm clicking it's doing like triple clicks and then it's just like assuming that the third thing I click on is what I actually want. I don't know. If I deep freeze Feral Dude, then seems bad. I think I have to just deep freeze Tiana.
This will aid us.
We'll kick this. Send in with these guys, hit them for 5. Next turn, they have to draw a creature. And they didn't. Sick. That was close. Yeah, I need to get really cautious about the way that I'm clicking here because I think that it's just because my game's running kind of laggy that sometimes it just clicks on things that I don't feel like I ever clicked on, but like dragging, it's like I click over here and then drag away and then it doesn't register the click until I've clicked like right here. Something like that is happening, which is kind of a problem. This hand's pretty awful. This hand's really awful. I might actually have to mulligan. Mulliganing is ridiculous in this format, but I think I have to. I mean, it's better. With the Guy's Blessing, okay. It is a better hand. I'll give it that much. Opponent drops an elephant. Here's a 5/5. Here's a bird. Kill myself. Unwind, Deep Freeze, Judge Sentinel. I don't actually think I want to draw any of those. I think I just cast Guy's Blessing. I guess Deep Freeze is okay. Unwind is usually okay as well. Yeah, we'll just put those in. Just don't draw a Judge Sentinel. That's a draw. I mean, we like really can't be milled because we have double Guy's Blessing in here, which is really cute. Armored Explorer? We actually just self-mill because we've got Guy's Blessing. Yeah. We've got Guy's Blessing, we have Soul Salvage. I think we just self-mill. Oh, and we have Whisper as well. We have a lot of reasons to mill ourselves. And I don't think I would really want to draw any of those cards, so the mills worked out fine. They blink of an eye, the Feral Abomination, and draw a card. Goes to their turn. This elephant is actually pretty big. Wow. Drawn to the Skin Witch to make me discard my Abomination. Seems good. When you Skin Witch after turn 1 but still get them to discard because you managed to do it right after Blink of an Eye, feels good, man. Something's glitching like hardcore. Look at this. I don't know what's happening there. My game is really glitching out. That's what we've established, and I just draw 2/2. That's not good. Can't really attack now. I think I have to trade both of my 3-power guys for Primordial Worm. Opponent probably wins. They've just drawn, like, Dark Bargain, which Dark Bargain is the best 2 cards out of their top 3, which probably leads to another draw card. Yep. Get 2 Chronicle, Dark Bargain comes back. There's a Dark Bargain. Draw some more cards. Board the Weatherlights for Slinvoda. I put my odds of winning at about a 2% for this game, but it could happen. This format's pretty dumb. Anything can happen. Naban. Also a something else? Drop a Slinvoda? Make me recast my 2/2? They don't make me recast my 2/2. Hey, Karn. It's a little too late, but you're still cool. If I get Yawgmoth's Vile Offering and Karn's Temporal Sundering, that'd be good. Okay, both these cards are garbage, so it really does not matter. They gave me the better one. That's nice. That's very nice of them. I appreciate that. Haphazard Bombardment? Wait, why does that... Oh, because it's an Enter the Battlefield effect, so they can still cast it. The Enter the Battlefield trigger... I don't know why the trigger... It doesn't say up to 4, it just says choose 4. But there's only 3. Oh, it says choose instead of targets. That's why it works. Usually, if it says, like, do a bunch of targets or whatever, and there's not enough legal targets, then you can't cast it. But that just says choose. I think I actually just want to kill the 2-power guy. We'll take 3, 4, 5. Let me keep the Karn, but at the 50-50. Alright, Karn's dead. There's the Argle. I kind of just need draw power, which opponent is getting in droves. Time of Ice. That's game. That's, like, just straight up game. Technically, I had one more draw step, but... that game was not going to end in my favor. The thing about this format is, like, there's very few times that you can legitimately just, like, concede. Because A lot of the times things can just, out of nowhere, somebody draws like 20 cards. But I don't think this deck has enough draw power to really get hands like that. Which is why I think this is really just like a 2-3 or 3-3 deck. Which I was kind of saying during the draft. That's definitely, the first 2 packs were just really bad, but things started paying off at the end to where we got some decent cards. But most of this deck is pretty mediocre, and I don't think it's like of a major fault of our own. A little bit's our fault in taking lands over stuff, but another thing was just the packs were legitimately bad. Which does happen. Here's a Karn. I guess they weren't bad for like normal packs, but they were bad for the format.
Let us begin.
We did get bombs, but the average cards in our deck are just not phenomenal. Guardians of Koilos is hilarious here. It doesn't matter what they pick, I get to Karn's Temporal Sundering. Watch this. This is cheeky, dude. This is ridiculous. Watch this play. Jesus. This is not fair. Come on back, Karn. I'm gonna pick up your Temporal Sundering, homie. We're just gonna keep draining with Cabal Paladin. Seems pretty good.
I have faced worse than the likes of you. Return.
Seems pretty good. I'm gonna take an extra turn. I'm gonna bounce the guy that can get indestructible, so that Fire Elemental trades off for Koilos or Paladin. We are going to attack with these two. Sure, Cabal Paladin could get extra damage in off of Menace, but I think they're just dead. Because they take 3 this turn, and then they take 7 next turn. That's minimum. So I think we just killed them with Temporal Sundering there, which is ridiculous. Oh, and we got the Skin Witch too. That's not fair. Make them discard both their cards. Well, that was a ridiculous draw. Karn really did it. Karn and his Temporal Sundering. The true friends. Well, we're at 3 wins and 1 loss, so that's respectable. 3-3 is perfectly average, so we've at least gone average, and possibly even higher. So, my record in this format has been pretty good. Well, we have an Opt and a Lingering Phantom, and that's not a lot. I'm going to keep it anyway, though. Curator's Ward is just awful if it's on anything that isn't historic. If it's on something that's historic, it's like, okay. Wow, just a bunch of counter spells? You can counter my Opt? Nope. Well, there's a historic card, so I guess I'm just going to play it. To have something for Curator's Ward. Would I rather have Ward on Shauna or Whisper? Probably on Whisper, right? Because Shauna's already basically hexproof. I guess she's just hexproof from abilities, not spells. Lingering Phantom. And Shauna's more likely to die in combat, I guess. So we'll put it on Shauna. So we're more likely to draw the cards off of Shauna than off of Whisper. And we could even just draw the cards by sacrificing her to Whisper. So, Cabal Paladin. Evra. Alright. That is a 20/4. Whenever they want it to be. With lifelink. That's kind of a problem. Keldon Overseer. Borrow Whisper? It is 2 other creatures. Okay, borrow Lingering Phantom. Alright, well this is not good. I think I need to draw some cards here, so I'm going to block there. Gotta draw into something out of this. Out of this Evra. Do they have a pump spell? Wow! Return the guy that steals a dude. That's super good. And it stops me from drawing the card. Wow. That is very good. I don't think we're attacking. I think we're just blocking their stuff. Rescue on Kelvin Overseer. One of the few times Rescue is actually playable at all in this format. Kazarov, get out of here. Get the f out of here. Yeah, we lose. Congrats, Kazarov. Kazarov, true MVP. That's a divination. That is a divination. Okay, and then we draw to garbage. So we needed Karn's Temporal Sundering or Yawgmoth's Vile Offering. Yawgmoth's Vile Offering would really get us there. Everything else would just be pretty poop. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're just dead. I could attack with Shauna to try to draw into a Legendary and a Vile Offering. And there's really no reason not to save him. Yep, Kazarov bigger. They get to do that again next turn. That makes it 7. If they block something with Shauna, that's 2 more counters on it. That would be 9, so I'm not immediately dead to that. But if I attack, then they steal a thing. They have way more attackers than me, so I think I have to not attack. Weighted memory targeting me. I do not recommend that. I think I've played enough at this point. I would not recommend milling your opponent, because if they have a Garna, it's just really bad for you. Evident Trapper. Or the Weatherlight. Also Soul Salvage and stuff like that. I think there's enough stuff in the format that's like, it's nice to have your stuff milled. See, if they just milled themselves, like they drew into that Garna, so things would be really nice. Because they drew into the Garna off the board the Weatherlight, so it still would have been there. Now I'm just dead. Now they final parting for any card, plus throw a creature into the grave to just get back with Garna anyway, and all the creatures have haste. Yep. That is pretty destructive. Super destruction. Opponent is in control of the Rube Goldberg machine this game, instead of me. That's basically what this format is. It's both of you just sitting here trying to master your own ridiculous machines. Your gigantic, like, domino chain reaction of garbage. And whoever draws the right, like, fuel to the fire wins. Yeah, you've already got me killed in a million ways. Yep. Well, if they attack with literally Kazarov, then they definitely win. There are a few attacks that I could survive, but not a lot. Just if they randomly decided to attack with just like one of their ground dudes, or like 2 of their ground dudes. Yep, I mean, that's game by a country mile. Seems good. Well, probably gonna go 3-3. We do have one more loss before we're out of it. 3-2 right now. We can try our best to take this last loss all the way to 7, if we try really hard. But it's not really about how hard you try, it's more about how well you draw, both during the game and how well you draw in the draft, just how good the cards that you open are for the format, and I feel like I just did not open a lot of card draw. I'm gonna mulligan this. This is better. Oh my god. I'm pretty sure we just leave. I think I have to put Karn's thing on the bottom. Really wanted to try to mulligan into like a draw spell, but I keep forgetting my deck just does not have enough of them. Which, you know, sometimes it happens. Sometimes you could finish the draft, look at your deck, and be like, yeah, I could just resign. This was one of those drafts. Finish it, look at the deck, be like, yeah, I've got like 4 draw spells. I have as many draw spells in my whole deck as my opponent has played this turn.
Are you certain of your decision?
Jesus Christ. You know what? Have the weight of memory. Have fun. Go for it. I'm just gonna let my opponent live the dream because they've already won. They have another Dark Bargain. So opponent's deck is like my deck, but with more draw. Because they've got Karn in it and Urza's Ruinous Blast. Opponent has Karn, Weight of Memory, Urza's Ruinous Blast, Double Dark Bargain, Divination, Get 2 Chronicler, Shalai. I wish I were my opponent right now, because that's a sick deck. Well, I mean, that's the format for you. If anybody thought that I was just like a master of this format, that's why I went 7 wins twice in a row, not really. I just got really lucky. There were a lot of draw spells in those first 2 drafts. Not a lot this time, so that's how it will go. But thank you all for watching another video here on my channel. Woo! History of Benalia? That is a mainstay of Standard. It's a very nice card to pick up. Yeah. I would recommend Omniscience Drafts if you just want to play random chaos that's like really random in terms of like who's winning and what's going on and stuff like that. I feel like even Momir, which is random chaos, is a tiny bit more skill-based, because you guys have to use your abilities correctly and attack at the right times and stuff like that. But I guess you have to do that in here too, but not so much. You just have to cast more draw spells. So many of these games just end on turn 1. Win or lose on my end. It's just like, I don't know. It's very random, so just know that you're signing up for that. It would be a good way to play if all you're trying to do is rare draft. If you just want to open 3 packs and take all of the rarest and coolest cards, this is a pretty good format to do that in. Since you can cast cards, it doesn't matter what color the cards you are taking are, all that stuff. But if you're really competitive and you want to play like serious games where you're outplaying your opponent, yeah, and it really matters like how skilled your plays are, I really don't think this is the format for you. But anyways, it was pretty fun. I might be back with another one tomorrow, I'm not sure. I might just go back to regular drafts again. We'll find out when we come to it, but yeah, thank you everybody for watching, and I'll definitely see you all tomorrow for some more Magic Arena videos. Goodbye. Have a good one.